So I'd like to begin with the work holding. The work holding on the drill press is mainly all going to be done on the table here. The table on the drill press can be adjusted in height as well as rotate around the back column of the drill press. All that can be done by simply unlocking the handle on the left-hand side of the column over here. Once you have the table unlocked, you can then adjust the height by turning the crank on the right-hand side of the column, like so. And you can also notice that the table is free to move and pivot around the back column. Once you have the table set to your required height and position around the column, it's very important to always lock that handle on the left-hand side of the column. That way, your table is very stable and rigid, and it's not going to move while you're trying to machine your workpiece. So when it comes to fixturing your workpiece, there are many ways that you can do so. The easiest and fastest way is probably to use one of these vice grip clamps. These clamps are fixed to the table in one of these slots along the surface and can be clamped down onto your workpiece simply by pushing down on the handle on the back. And we can adjust the tightness of the vice grip clamp simply by adjusting the back thumb screw on the clamp. If I tighten the thumb screw, I will tighten the grip on the clamp, and if I loosen the thumb screw, the reverse will happen. Whenever you're drilling onto the table, you want to avoid drilling directly into the table. To do so, we always want to use a piece of wood underneath our workpiece, and that way it kind of catches the drill bit as we're drilling into it and avoids us damaging the table itself. You can usually find a scrap piece of wood laying around the shop. There's generally some really near the drill press, and you're going to place that onto your table. Once you have your piece of wood and the clamp in place, you can then take your material, your stock material that you want to machine, place it along our block of wood, and try and clamp it down into place. Now, as you can see, my clamp is not doing anything, so I'm going to tighten the thumb screw on the back of it until my workpiece is held nice and securely against the table. You want your piece to be properly secured, and so much so that you can't rotate or move the workpiece on the table. If you can move it, then the chances are that the drill press is going to be strong enough to rip it out of its clamp and start throwing it about.